Hello everyone and welcome back to the Unic Restoration. It's finally time to start another week. So I'm going to continue with welding the last pieces on the chassis. And I'm hoping to add some layers of primer. And maybe if we get time, then we can add some paint. That will be really interesting to see how this vehicle will look when it has some color to it. So hang on and let's get started. It's not so long time until I can start dismantling the track system. It's going to be interesting to see in what condition the internal parts inside the axle is. I hope they are good, so we will have no extra expenses. And before I disassemble it, I will look into the leaf spring and try to make them, cut them in the correct length and fix it before I dismantle everything, because I need to have the correct distance over there. And now when it's set up like this, it's so easy to see it. If I dismantle it, then it will be a long time until I can do it, so better do it now. I decided to add an extra plate on the joint where the chassis was cut on the backside to make it strong enough. Also on the other side I did the same, so hopefully there will be no issues in the future and this will be strong forever. The chassis is finally finished and it's time to put a layer of primer on the new steel parts. Truly fantastic to see it coming together so nicely. Super happy. But there are still a lot of work that needs to be done. Fantastic. First layer of primer is applied. Fantastic. So happy to come this far now. I'm so tired of seeing that the shiny steel. Suddenly the vehicle looked totally different when it's red suddenly. Now I just have to paint the rest of the parts. The product I'm using is Rustoleum 769 and I'm using brush. And there is a reason why I use this. Because now when I'm working here, it's not toxicating. I don't have this terrible smell of paint. So it's actually possible to work here. If I were to use this spray on, it will be unbearable to be here for at least 3 days. So I think this is a good way to do it, and this product is also, even if I use a brush, the surface will be totally flat when it dries up. It kind of stretches, so tomorrow there will be absolutely no marks here. This is the first section I painted and there is almost nothing visible stripes from the brush in this area. So just a very good product. It's day 2 of the painting job. The results looks fantastic. It's so fun to come to this stage of the restoration. Here are some of the other parts. Towing hook, brackets, some leaf spring, So now I have to continue and take another layer and continue. Second layer of primer is applied and it looks fantastic. I checked the photos of the other frames that I measured from to see if there was anything that I forgot. And of course, as usual, it always is. I have forgot to drill the holes for the cargo bed. So before I apply any paint, I will drill these holes so I don't need to struggle with this in the future. Also, all the other parts are ready. Some of these leaf spring blades will be black, and this part for the towing hook support will be panzergrau. For this job now I will use these boxes that I bought on eBay. I use them often on many projects. It's a very good coating. It's the same that I have used here. Easy to use. I have it now. I don't need to mix and tricks with compressor and air and everything for such a small chassis. When all the parts and all the body parts are finished on this vehicle, then I will spray the entire vehicle with paint one more time, all the parts at once, so it will be no difference in color or anything else. Also, I want to paint it because when I will be working on this vehicle now, I will be touching everywhere and this surface is so hard to clean, it's kinda everything sticks to it. So if I have painted one layer at least, then it's easier for me to clean it later. Today I got another package in the mail from France, from another friend and Unic owner that are helping me with certain parts. This is the another carburetor that I was talking about in the last episode. I got 2 carburetors, and we'll see if it's possible to make one good carburetor of these 2 carburetors. Doesn't look too bad. Some of the metal parts are really corroded, but on the other carburetor it's good. But on this carburetor it looks like the casted parts are a little bit better. So I'm glad I have 2, because it's not easy to make all these metal parts. So fantastic. Another piece to the puzzle. Holes are drilled, but now I need to vacuum a little bit so I can take away the metal pieces before I start painting. And finally, one layer of paint is applied and it looks amazing. Wow, super happy with the result. So proud. All these hours and it's finally starting to look like a vehicle again. Super happy. There are still some parts that I need to paint during the weekend. The last welding job that is remaining on the frame now is the holder under the seats. This one is rusted away, so I need to replace it. And the plate that goes under the seat, driver's seat, was once time welded here. I have made the plate, so it's not a really big job, but I need to remember to do this. I have waited with it because of this flange is a little bit in the way, so maybe I'll do it when I flip it over or lift it down from this table. Also, this piece needs to be straightened up and put back in position here, and this will be the place to bolt like the cover over the gearbox and the battery box that will be here. It is here. It's missing some part over here, and there is going to be a toolbox or a storage box underneath this deck that will come in this position. So there are still some things that need to be done. Also, the holders for the leaf spring have some tear and wear. I need to weld on some new steel here and grind it flat because this is not very good. I think they used leaf spring blades that was a little bit too loose, or they were too big, so they have taken away all the material. So it's easier to do if I turn the frame upside down. On the other side, we don't have this problem. It was good. There's a little edge here that I maybe should have grinded flat, but it looks good there. Another issue I need to take a closer look at is the steering system. It's leaking oil. Come on. No, ain't coming loose. Seems to be leaking oil. Every time I crank up the heat in the workshop, it starts leaking. So, some interesting design. If I try to turn it here. It's really fascinating how well preserved it is. So there's probably some brass gasket, or it's just have to look into it. Maybe it's just the wrong oil also, could be. Smells like dinosaur inside there. Screw in there. Didn't remember how I used it. Can I? Overhaul. This week I managed to make some huge progress on finishing the Unic. So fantastic to stand here and look at this vehicle that 1 year ago when I bought it was just a rusty pile of a forgotten vehicle, and now it seems like it's almost ready to run. It's a lot of work still left, but to come to this stage in only 9 weeks of intensive work, that is really good. I'm super happy with the progress. So in the next episode, I think we will start to disassemble the track system. That is something I've been waiting for a long time. It's always fun to disassemble all the parts, but it will also be a little bit scary. I don't know what is the condition inside the axle. So make sure to hit the like button and subscribe, and then we can take a closer look at that in the next episode. Have a good weekend.